Move to the door closest to room 226.
7:30, folks. Please leave the entrance open.
I knew that the third and the fourth and the fifth, the longer this goes on, the more people are going to show up, because this is who he is. In my own history, I didn't know I was raped at the time. It was years later that I realized what had happened to me, that it was that I was raped.
We cannot conduct public life like this, where decades-old allegations with no corroborating evidence can bring somebody down and destroy their lives.
Clarence Thomas was kind of a tough guy, so when somebody attacked him like that, he fought back. Kavanaugh was a nice boy who went to a prep school, and nobody ever said nasty things about him. This is a whole new experience for him.
My sister's friends are actually going to skip school today and go to the protest. I just hope they treat her with some kind of respect and politeness that they usually don't.
They accuse people like me of secretly wanting to see Roe v. Wade overturned. I openly want to see Roe v. Wade overturned.
We believe! We believe! We believe! Ah, look at the white lady!
Kavanaugh, yes! It's a win for freedom. It's a win for human rights. We need to confirm Kavanaugh.
Ms. Mitchell, you have my 5 minutes to ask questions.
Good morning, Dr. Ford.
Hi.
We haven't met. My name is Rachel Mitchell.
Nice to meet you.
I just wanted to tell you the first thing that struck me from your statement this morning was that you were terrified. And I just wanted to let you know I'm very sorry.
If you were on the committee, would you want to have a chance to ask those questions, or would you be supportive of this idea of having this outside attorney do it?
It's appropriate for the senators to ask the questions, because they're the ones that, in this particular case, have to make a judgment on the judge. I've never seen this where one side has an attorney for the committee ask the questions and the other side ends up asking the questions themselves.
When we spoke, and it became very clear how deeply you felt about this and the need that you wanted to remain confidential. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I was calculating daily the risk-benefit for me of coming forward and wondering whether I would just be jumping in front of a train that was headed to where it was headed anyway, and that I would just be personally annihilated.
What do you think?
Okay, I think something happened to her. I sympathize with her. She's obviously, you know, this is really hard and emotional thing to do. Nobody would ever want to do that.
But watching that, you don't believe her to be lying.
No, but I actually didn't believe she was lying before either, or at least, so I don't.
So she wasn't lying, but you think
know.
that she might be mistaken.
I think she might be mistaken because all of the corroborating evidence goes against her. It has become this like political death match where we are seeing intense political battle where people might, you know, where Dianne Feinstein might, you know, leak or put out an anonymous statement and basically force a sexual assault accuser to go public.
You call it a political death match. If Brett Kavanaugh is killed in this death match, what next?
I think it will be politically weaponized by both sides. I don't think that the left can think that they can take down a man like Brett Kavanaugh with uncorroborated allegations and not think that the right is going to do the same to them.
We are still in a he said, she said situation, but I'm curious to know if you think we live in a time now where the she said part is given more credence than when Anita Hill came in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee.
We have lived in a white supremacist patriarchal society for longer than either of us have been alive. And bringing down that institution takes longer than 27 years. I am not sure that this is not just a big show.
Would you please rise, sir?
Yes.
Do you affirm that the testimony you're about to give before the committee will be the truth?
This is my statement. Less than 2 weeks ago, Dr. Ford publicly accused me of committing wrongdoing at an event more than 36 years ago when we were both in high school. I denied the allegation immediately, categorically, and unequivocally.
The challenge, I think, is that the three people she named as being present at the time have no memory of the incident. Her case would have been much stronger if some of them had remembered.
So it sounds like if you were on the committee, you're leaning towards confirming.
I'd want to know whether he's talked to the three witnesses that have denied the event took place and tried to influence him.
My family and my name have been totally and permanently destroyed by vicious and false additional accusations.
He's very confrontational, and if he did do something like that, and like even if he didn't know that it was wrong, I would feel very unsafe going up to him and saying that this is wrong what you did, because I feel like he would lash out.
This confirmation process has become a national disgrace. This whole 2-week effort has been a calculated and orchestrated political hit, fueled with apparent pent-up anger about President Trump and the 2016 election, fear that has been unfairly stoked about my judicial record, revenge on behalf of the Clintons, and millions of dollars in money from outside left-wing opposition groups. And as we all know, in the United States political system of the early 2000s, what goes around comes around. We mean no ill will. For the last 26 years.
This is why you need to hear from both sides. This is why we have due process and a hearing. Because this can destroy his life, too.
I categorically and unequivocally deny the allegation against me by Dr. Ford. Dr. Ford's allegation is not merely uncorroborated. It is refuted. But I swear today, under oath, before the Senate and the nation, before my family and God, I am innocent of this charge.
I've got a suggestion for you. Right now, turn to your left in the front row. To Don McGahn, counsel to President Donald Trump. Ask him to suspend this hearing and nomination process until the FBI completes its investigation of the charges made by Dr. Ford and others.
I welcome whatever the committee wants to do because I'm telling the truth.
I want to know what you want to do.
I'm telling the truth.
I want to know what you want to do, Judge.
I'm innocent.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me. You've got nothing to apologize for. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. And if you really wanted to know the truth, you sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy. This is not a job interview.
Yeah.
This is hell.
Certainly it came off as a powerful denial, and I thought brought credibility to it.
So you were here 30 years ago. We're watching this today. Has anything really changed?
You know, compared with 27 years ago with the Anita Hill hearings, I'd say members are more hostile than they used to be, if that's even possible. Towards the nominee.
So you think that Kavanaugh's having a tougher time than Clarence Thomas did?
Yes.
In terms of the way he's being treated by the Senate?
I do.
So what do you make of all this?
Well, it's a joke. The presumption of innocence is critical. You're not even giving the benefit of the doubt to the men. Women need to respect men as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe her at all.
Is America going to be different tomorrow as a result of what we're watching right now?
You know, you would hope so, but we are a nation of tribes right now, and I don't think one event's going to change that.
Is there anything that you did in high school that you don't want to come out right now?
Of course. But I'm also not running for Supreme Court Justice.
Fair enough.
So this is not just a referendum on Brett Kavanaugh. This is also a referendum on Me Too.
I think it's a referendum on what Me Too is going to be going forward. Is it going to be about bringing down sexual predators with evidence, working with the long-held principles, both of the judicial system and of American culture, to uphold things like due process and fair hearing? Or is it going to degenerate into an atmosphere where any allegation, no matter how little evidence there is for it, no matter how much contrary evidence there is for it? I think if we go with this, if this is the legacy of Me Too, it's just going to become a political weapon, and it's going to become a political football, and it's ultimately going to hurt women who do come forward to say that they've been sexually assaulted.